Hello, good afternoon everybody. I don't know if you can hear me at all, but I decided it's such a beautiful day. 1st of September 2017, and I've just finished my first day of work. I'm just back in work after four weeks off after surgery, and I'm feeling fine, tired, but I feel good that I did it. And now I have a weekend off. Good plan, Grace. Oh crap. Do you know what I've been meaning to do? Okay, so welcome to my little podcast. If you've not visited before, this is just going to be a little quick recap of all the things project-wise, knitting I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. And if you have been here before, hello, how are you? How have you been getting on? I missed you. Bye. So this project I cast on when I was on holidays as a holiday project, and I put up a vlog, I should have anyway, of the trip I made to France, and this is what I've got done. So this is the So Faded sweater, and this first I'm just about to start into the second color, but this is done in Hedgehog fibres seed, and it's stunning, really gently speckled yarn. And yeah, I've just separated for the sleeves, or yeah, I've just gone back into the round, not separate. Yeah, I suppose separate for this. Yes, so now I have miles and miles of stockinette as long as I want, which is super nice. However, this is all I have left of this first yarn, so I really need to stop, or I need to start blending it in to the next color, because I will need to go back and do the neckband in this, so I need to make sure I have enough of that. And I also need to start blending with this bad boy. Now this is a beautiful cream with yellow blips in it. This is Veritaserum, Norah George Yarns Veritaserum, and it is a stunning colorway. There's bits of purples and blacks and speckles of browns as well, so I think it's going to blend super well. And then after that, the next blend goes into this one, which is words. Felix Felicis, that's it. That's this one. And then after that, I haven't caked it up yet. And then it's going to blend into Polyjuice potion. That's it. The green. Look at that spicy green. Fluoro. So a bit of fluoro down the bottom. So that's exciting. Yeah. So this is my So Faded sweater. That's what it's going to look like. Boom. So I decided just to do a quick little podcasty, vloggy yoke mabob, just before my shop goes live, like officially, when I've announced it and stuff. So you could see that I am still knitting. I haven't started knitting with any of my yarn yet. I've been dying to start, but I've got so many projects on needles, so I'm just finding it tricky. So although I am knitting with my hand dyed yarn, but it's my hand spun hand dyed yarn, and this is my Pullworth 2-ply dyed with some acid dyes a while ago, and this is going to be, I've started a top-down hat. I think I spoke about it in my previous podcast, but I separated it onto 2 needles so I could just test it and see if it's big enough, and yes, it's definitely big enough. I've got my hair in a button now at the moment, but it's a bit too big actually. It's a little bit loose, so I'm hoping that the ribbing will tie it in and be able to. So I started it, kind of looks like a fairy hat or something, but I started it and it's got these really cool like whirlwind widenings, and I actually had got quite a bit farther, and then I realized I made it way too big, so I pulled it all back in the middle of the morning and in France, and pulled it all back and started again. So I've decided to just add a little bit of bump, so it just keeps the swirl going. Looks extra magical. So we'll see. It might still be too big, but sure, the person I'm giving it to has hair, so you know, hopefully she lives in a cold place too, so it'll keep her warm, definitely keep her warm. So it's a bundle of needles now at the moment. And I also finished this wonderful piece, which is my Summer on You sweater. Oh, this is inside out, how embarrassing. This is my Summer on You tank top, out of some yarn that I can't remember now. Pasquale in the Nepal base, which is a cotton, linen and nettle blend. And this whole thing took, this is 150 grams of Pasquale, and I still have a lot of this bottom one left, but it was getting way too long. It was going to turn into a dress, which would have been cool actually. So yeah, I really like it, and I love the construction. It's really flattering on. It's pretty delicious. So that was great. I went up quite a few needle sizes to make sure that I would use up a lot of the yarn, or to make sure that I would have enough yarn, do you know what I mean? So the gauge was really, it's not very dense, so there's not a lot of yarn being used up in each row, which allowed it to go a lot farther. So each of these colours was 50 gram skeins. So there's this grey, this light kind of blue, and then this dark blue. So I love making a lot, like getting a lot of garment out of yarn, because yarn's expensive, y'all. You need to be a little bit thrifty. I wore this a lot when I was in France. It's like the perfect drapey, warm weather kind of cover up. So it was nice. I wore it over my swimming suit when I went to the beach. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of days, couple of weeks actually. So I finished my beautiful lacy shawl for my friend whose wedding it was in France, who's the reason that we went to France in the first place. I finished it like on the Tuesday, I blocked it on the Wednesday, and we flew on the Thursday, and I gave it to her on the Thursday night, and she wore it on the evening on the wedding, which was absolutely gorgeous. I don't have pictures of her wearing it because she took pictures, but she hasn't had time to send them on to me because, you know, she's busy being a bride. But I do have some pictures of it on the blocking mat. I have some pictures of it all blocked and finished, and me wearing it in my super cool black. I think it might even have been this top. And yeah, so it turned out absolutely beautiful. The beads, she was so impressed with the beads. She like nearly cried a little bit, which was super, super, super sweet of her. And it just made me really proud that I made it. And she was like, I don't know how to repay you. I was like, wear it. There you go, job done. So I even offered to dye it another colour just so she could wear it and it wouldn't be too weddingy. But she might send it to me to do that, or she might keep it the way it is. So there's loads of little swallows around, and one of them just flew straight into the kitchen the other day, and I managed to save, I think I tried to save some of the stories that I took on my Instagram, and I might try and put them in here. So I left the door open when I got in just for a little bit of air, and this tiny little bird popped in, and then he hit his little head off of the window. It's a little, it's a swallow. And oh, he's so beautiful. I feel like I'm like totally captured. And just before I let him out, I totally will let him out, but you have to see what I bought from Marion Prince the other day. It's an amazing picture, which I haven't had time to put up yet, but it's swallows. Look, it's your friends. Okay, so I'm going to let him free. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Okay. Come on, little birdie. Bye. Aww. They're flying quite low. I think it's quite low pressure today. Right. If they're not in now, then they are. I'm sorry, I didn't manage to figure out how to do that. So, but it was really exciting. The little bird, he was so small, and he smacked his head, and then I saved him because I'm basically a Disney princess. I'm just saying, Disney, if you want my story, it's gonna cost you. I also got my hands on 2 amazing books that I want to talk about. One is, I'm sure everyone's talked about it already, but this is Yarnitecture, which is all about how to spin the yarn you want. And I was inspired also by Felicia Lowe's class, Spinning with Dyed Fibres on Craftsy, which is amazing, by the way. Oh, hey, on Monday, they're basically streaming all their classes for free, just like to sample them all if you ever want, if you're not sure. So I would totally recommend. So that's Monday today's the 1st and today's Friday. Saturday 2nd, Sunday 3rd, Monday the 4th of September. Free Craftsy for the day. Yay! I wish I could take the day off. No more days off for Grace. So this is a fantastic, and it comes with like loads of knitting patterns in the back as well, which is something that I find quite tricksy. Like you make little jewellery out of it, and you have like, it gives you a whole spiel about how to knit in the first place. Oh, that's a nice little top. Oh, that's cute. Cute little cardigan, isn't it nice? So yeah, very nice, very, very, very nice. That's a nice shawl. So they're kind of designed specifically in mind to make the most out of your hand spun yarn. So that's Yarnitecture by Jillian Moreno, and it's such a pretty cover, right? So very, very useful book. I've been waiting to get that actually for a long time. I actually ordered these 2 books into my nearest bookstore, because ordering it from Amazon would have meant ordering it from England, which then meant import fees, and I'm not having that. So I'd rather support my local bookstore, because they're dying off. So I can't let my local bookstore go. So this now is another book, which is another amazing book. This is called Dying to Spin and Knit, and this is by Felicia Lowe, and I am obsessed with it. This is like my notebook. Like I have like this little class where I'm reading it from cover to cover, and then I'm going to go back in and put like notes and tabs and start writing into it. It's like a comprehension book for me, like going back to school. It's 1st of September, first time I opened my dye shop, and I've got my school books. It's a wonderful book. It's really beautifully photographed as well. Stunning colours, my goodness. All of the different shades of purple that you can get, same concentration of dye but different fibres, just fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. And then I'm really interested in this. So I have placed an order for undyed top, so that it's all going to come to me, and I'm going to dye it up and maybe put it in my shop or spin it all myself. I've also got about 5 kg of fleece in that shed behind you there, and I'm gonna need to swint it. I'm gonna need to clean it and then dye it. I've got a huge amount of some really nice white yarn or white fibre, which I do really want to dye up as well. So I'm not sure if I want to dye them in the lock and then blend them on my carders, or that's probably the best thing to do actually. I need to get some more laundry bags to make sure that they don't melt. So yeah, this is a very, very short little quick podcast, but I've also got some other short little quick clips and videos which I might I'll probably put them all up separately, just because I've filmed them and put them together separately, so it would be a little bit awkward being like, in this video, blah, 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 and then there'd be like 6 or 7 videos tacked together to make one big long video. So I'm going to put them up separately as vlogs, and yeah. Oh, there's a few other things I want to talk about. I'm not sure if I've mentioned these already, but if you are around northern the UK, so the Perth Yarn Festival is taking place on the 10th September, and if you're in the area, so this is Perth in Scotland now, not Perth, Australia, and it is a fantastic festival, which I was really hoping to get to go to, but lots of things happened in my life and funds are a little bit skint because of those things, so I'm not going to be able to go to it this year, but hopefully next year. September and October are going to be 2 amazing months next year. Winky winky. But that's a long way away, so I've got to start saving now. Yes. So if you're around this year, 2017, to the Perth Yarn Festival on the 10th of September, you should definitely go. It's going to be an amazing event with loads of different vendors and loads of different classes. I don't know if they're filled up yet, actually. You should have a look online on their website. If you look up Perth Festival of Yarn, it'll definitely show up on the Googles. There's also a few things that have been happening, which I'm super excited about. It's the 1st of September, so it's also the first day of Ellie's Skein-Deer's Selby Mitten pattern. So I haven't looked at the pattern yet, but it has been sent to my inbox. So I will be skeining up some yarn and perhaps starting. But I also have a lot of things that I need to start for my own KAL, because I feel like I need to start early. So my KAL is our KAL. All of our KAL is the Outlander KAL, and it's starting on the 10th of September as well. And I think that's very apt because it's the Perth Yarn Festival, which is in Scotland, and it's based on the season 3 of Outlander. So however long the season's going to go, this is how long the KAL is going to go. So it's kind of something that you pick up while you're watching Outlander, while you're every week when it comes out. So it's kind of nice, you know. I want to try it. I should have really done it for Game of Thrones, but I didn't think about it. But next, a long time in the future, in 2000 and a million, I think it's November 2018, is that right? That the final series of Game of Thrones is coming out, but I'm definitely doing a Game of Thrones KAL with the same kind of idea, you know, that you pick a project and you make it as you're watching it. Although maybe not Game of Thrones, because it'd be too shocking. You drop all the stitches, which tends to be the way, doesn't it? But anyway, yes, so the Outlander KAL, what are we concentrating on Outlander at the moment, is starting on the 10th of September, and I've got a lot of projects that I really want to make, and I've actually caked up my yarn for the Fergus socks by Anna Freyberg. By the way, Anna has given us an amazing coupon code. I'm going to put it on the screen now. It's 25% off. So if you if you go onto her Ravelry page for the Fergus socks, I will link down below where you can pop over there and get that 20% discount, because Anna's awesome. I think it's until the 10th of September. 10th of September is like today, like the date. So yeah. Yeah, and I've also caked up Norah George's thistle colorway that she gave me in Edinburgh when I met her, and that's going to be a really nice simple hitchhiker, which is something I'm going to be able to take with me wherever I am, because the Fergus socks are a little bit involved. I don't think they're too involved. I think I'll get the hang of it. It's mainly slip stitches forming like a really nice kind of chevron-y pattern. At least that's what it looks like. I haven't read the pattern yet, so I don't know. But Anna is a big Outlander fan, so I know a lot of people are doing the Fergus socks, so that's going to be so nice to see all the finished objects and works in progresses on my Ravelry page, which is linked down below as well. I'm sure there's more. I've kept thinking there's so much I need to tell you guys, but you guys and girls and others, but I can't think of anything at the moment. So I'm going to sit out in the sunshine. I might get a glass of Aperol Spritz with a slice of lemon in it and appreciate this beautiful weather before it disappears into the eternal night. Winter is here. No, it's not. It's August. It's still bright and light, and yeah, it should be good. Hey guys, did you know it's by the way, like, did you know it's autumn? I just thought I'd tell you guys. I'm not too bothered about it. You know, because I'm really cool. I'm like way too cool for like to get excited over autumn. Oh my god, I can wear all the woolly things. Yeah, just like, it's no big deal. I love you lots. Thank you so much for watching.